Hey folks, once again, you're with the WooFDriver live. Now, we've got a whole nother episode coming for you, so I'm not going to tie you up too much. I want to get you ready for Barbara. She's great. She's with Animal Secrets. That's her show. And after Barbara is going to be Carol Grace Anderson from Paul Prince of Wisdom. Lots of live shows for you today, tomorrow, and the coming days. So stay with us. I'm going to show you the dogs. We're going to do another half hour or so of some free ranging, and then I'm going to turn the reins over to Carol. I'm going to put my phone, if you will, I'm going to put it in its holster, and I'm going to turn the phone around so you can see the wolf pack and see what we do. And hopefully you caught the broadcast before. And sorry, it might take me a second here to get this right. I apologize. And I'll get this set up. And this is pretty new technology, what we're trying to do here. So there we go. And what you're looking at, we're at the big farm. Oh, I have to plug the mic in too, so you can hear me a little better. Excuse me again for not being as prepared. So, place I call the big farm's about 500 acres, and the dogs are off leash, running with GPS collars. I have 4 huskies with me. They're my huskies, and we go to a bunch of different areas all over the East Coast, and this is the one we're at today. To free range, it's usually about a half a dozen places that we go to. And let me just I'm still getting set up here. I apologize. Just trying to get up so I can, yeah, there we are. Okay, so my name is the WooFDriver, and I call myself the WooFDriver because we do so many different activities, but I'm driving at a dog's instinct and passion. And how I'm doing that is through what activities appeal to them through their instinctual drive. These are huskies. They're prey-driven dogs. They're very independent. They're one of the closest breeds to the wolf. So therefore, you're going to see, I'm going to say hi to everybody once we get going here, but you're going to see that, and you might know it, they're one of the most abandoned dogs because people get them because they're a great-looking dog, and then they realize that they can't take care of them. They're very hard to train because of their independent nature, that they have to get rid of them, unfortunately. So there's a lot of husky rescues, and a lot of shelters have huskies. So right now, this is part of how we live. I let them run free on these farms where I have an electric ATV here. So the electric ATV is essentially noiseless. So I can communicate directly with them. I can hear if this is a working farm. I can hear if there's farm equipment working, approaching us or coming at us, so I can put the dogs in the proper position as we don't interfere or we're not in any harm's way, as well as hear other animals around. There's farm animals around here, of course, and there's wild animals as well. Anything from coyotes to groundhogs, snakes, you name it. Everything lives in these parts. Relatively speaking, luckily there's no real predatory animals that could interfere with the dogs, at least. There's no alligators. We're in Maryland. And there are bears, but usually not in this part of the state. But we will go to areas where we've encountered a bear before. We believe we encountered a bobcat. It was at night. A minx or a long-tailed weasel, we're not sure. We've seen some pretty exotic animals. If you were with us on Saturday night, we were doing one of our urban mushing activities, and we were looked beside us, there's a skunk, and he's running with us. So you never know what you're going to run into. I'm going to give a shout-out real quick. Alicia, hi, thanks so much for joining us. Dolce, I believe it is, hello. Hi to Charles. Allie, hello. Donna, listening and looking. Thank you so much. Brittany says it's beautiful. It really is. And Charles has a husky. All right. I love those huskies, in case you couldn't tell. Iris is in Hagerstown, Maryland. We're not really far from Hagerstown. We are towards Frederick, not quite as far north as Frederick. Hagerstown's above Frederick. But where I'm at now, where we're free ranging. And thank you so much. Ariel says, I have good-looking huskies. Thank you so much. And hello again, Allie. Yeah, so right now, let me see if I can get them. They're just, you're not getting a view of them because they're all laying down, but let's see if I could turn the angle, at least towards one of them. before they were all cooperating with the camera. And let's see if we can get them in at all view. So here comes Jag. He's coming over. And there's Zorro. And Princess is licking the dirt. Sometimes dogs eat dirt. It's not bad for them. It's usually they find trace minerals in there. And, okay, so Jag just peed for you. He's just letting you know it's his territory. He don't want too much filming. So, oh, hey, Kitty. Kitty's in Castroville, Texas. All right, Castroville's in the house. Thanks again, Iris. I appreciate all the nice comments and love from everybody. So, yeah, before I knew anything about dogs, my first Huskies taught me everything I know, besides my one of my best friends who was my mentor and master trainer. But I was like, why are they eating the dirt? But there's actually trace minerals in dirt and in certain areas that they find and are healthy to them. So you'll occasionally see them eating that. Not to be confused, they will eat grass too, and that can happen for a multitude of reasons. But it's interesting in the dirt because you can see them sieve through it a little bit. So as I was saying, you're with the WooFDriver, and what I do is, I'm going to refocus the camera again, sorry. What I do is, as I said, I have a team of dogs. I call them my wolf pack. They're Siberian Huskies. One of them's got a little Malamute in them, and do all these crazy activities that you wouldn't normally expect to find, like letting them run off leash on these farms, like running them on these unusual looking bicycles that have been converted or actually custom built into dog carts. And another activity we do is something called lure coursing. I call it the amazing chase because lure coursing is a sight hound sport. It's where sight hounds hunt with their eyes, their vision, because it's so keen, and it's a flag that's on a pulley system. And actually, a lot of dog breeds will engage it. The sight hounds excel at it because these are 3 to 5 acre courses they're usually on. And as they're on the 3 to 5 acre course, you can only imagine when the flag gets a little further away, it's harder for the dog to follow, but the sight hounds have the keen vision. And of course, this is just a plastic flag or toy, as I said, and so there's no real scent. But a lot of breeds take to it. They see that motion, and it drives at the prey instinct, and they go. So the Huskies were a natural for it. And Princess and Zorro really love it. Chase and Jag, so-so, but I call it the amazing chase because I made it husky proof. Usually sight hounds don't have the endurance of huskies, so they do a lap or two and they're done. They've got their activity in for the day. The huskies can run all day on it. I mean, I literally have had Zorro do about 16, 17 miles of chasing this flag. That was an all-day event, but that's what happens. But if you check me out, you'll see some really unusual stuff we do. And because you're on the WooFDriver channel right now, you'll also have access to a lot of live programming. I believe I'm the only one on Facebook doing this right now. A lot of live programming. I'm working with a lot of dog experts and in motivational speakers. Everybody's got a tie-in to dogs in some way, but they have their own specialty. So last night, Dean Miller was on. Dean Miller is the dog counselor and expert dog trainer, and he was giving a show, taking comments and questions, giving advice where he could, and it was a great show. So that was live here on Facebook, where, you can interact with him, and it's a great experience. He'll be on twice a week. His next time is on Thursday. And if you missed the show, what's so wonderful about Facebook is you can go back and replay it. And if you do find yourself having questions or you'd like to ask him to help you with something, assistance, you could post the question there. He'll look at it. If he can address it, he will. He might address it in his next show. I know he even offers personal training sessions. He'll even travel to you. He's located out of Nashville, Tennessee, if you're not in his area. Tonight, we have a real special show for you at 6 o'clock. This is all Eastern Standard Time. I believe in about 45 minutes from now. We've got Barbara going on with Animal Secrets, and she's going to show you some really cool stuff. Reading animals and how our energies work with them, and it's going to be a wonderful show. Again, you're going to be able to interact with her. This is her pilot show on the WooFDriver Network. She'll be taking questions and comments. She'll be on twice a week as well. And after her, this is a double bill evening, maybe triple if you count me. There's Carol Grace Anderson, who's an author of the recently released book called Paw Prince of Wisdom. And Carol is a motivational speaker as well. So she's going to, and Paw Prince of Wisdom, just a quick description, is how much us peeps can learn from dogs and life's lessons. better than any other human around. So it's really interesting. I know we can all attest to that, as we're all dog lovers on this network. I'm going to take some questions here. Look through this. Melissa asks if I mush them, and yes, I do. We were actually doing it. Again, if you go on the WooFDriver Facebook page, please subscribe to me, like me, and subscribe to our live feeds, because you're going to see some of the most incredible stuff, as I was saying. But we were out mushing. I call it midnight mushing because we were doing it after dark on Friday night. We usually do it once a week, even in the summer. I've got specially designed carts where they actually don't have to pull. They can if they want. But this enables us to run or to walk, trot, whatever, in warmer temperatures. And I've also devised a spray system. It missed them because, as you're aware, dogs don't really sweat. So the sweating that humans emit from our body that helps cool us as it evaporates, that doesn't happen with a dog. So they don't cool down efficiently. What happens, though, with the misting system that I helped pioneer, essentially, it wets them down, and it doesn't saturate their fur, but it wets them enough to put a light coating of water on them, or mist, as I said. And as it evaporates, it acts like sweat. It helps cool them. So that doesn't mean we can go out and work in hot temperatures, but it does enable us to at least participate in some of the adventures we do when it's warmer outside. Not in the capacity you would see us doing it in the winter. In the winter, when we go mushing, I mean, the dogs are working. The problem is I can't stay warm as long as they need to be out there. I mean, some of these adventures we go on are 6 hours plus. We've mushed as far as 30 miles. Again, this is an urban style mushing. Even all year long, they are running on the side of the bikes. So it's a really interesting setup. I'm probably one of the few people doing it in the country. Please check it out. When we go at night. Nighttime mushing started long ago. It happened because I'm on the East Coast, daylight savings time. By the time I was done work, it was dark outside. So to be with my dogs, to get them some activity in, I had to go out in the dark. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to put some lights on. This is back in the early 90s, mid 90s. I'm going to have to put some bike lights on and just try to weather this thing. But soon after, the internet wasn't quite as developed it is today, of course, but I found out about night vision goggles. Those are military-style goggles. I got a set of those. I could really see the nocturnal animals at life that the dogs were chasing, with me on the cart, of course. That's why we would pick up speed. I didn't quite know that, and it was truly incredible. So now we do a form of it. We call it midnight mushing, and it's a whole party. I bring a team with me because we go to places that we don't explore as much, usually historic places. I even go as far as saying, you never know, we could run into some paranormal experiences. This Friday night, we're doing a special, a Ghost Hunter edition. We're taking a paranormal expert with us where we feel we found an abandoned house that we've mushed to. That's along a trail we go on. And the dogs and I and everybody else have picked up on energies there. I've actually recorded some of them. It's pretty cool. And I think you'll enjoy it. But I'm keep reading. Kitty Cat. They are... Huskies, Kitty Cat, I'm sorry if I said it wrong. She thought Huskies were working dogs. I had no idea they were. No, Huskies are working dogs. I was referring to lure coursing is designed for sighthounds. Sighthounds are a breed, and that breed includes like greyhounds and other members of it that participate in lure coursing because their vision is so sharp. So if they were hunting prey, like a squirrel or anything out in the wilderness, they do it by sight, not by scent, whereas other breeds like the Husky do it by scent. So, hey, Cheryl, great to see you. Thanks so much again, Kitty. Tina, great question. And thanks so much, people. Tina said, excuse her ignorance, but what is mushing? I love, there's no ignorance, because no matter how much we know, we can always learn every day. I'm a martial artist for longer than I've been a dog lover, and the biggest thing I've taken from all my experiences in life is we're all students. We can always learn. No matter how much we ever know, we can always learn. So mushing is actually just a real quick explanation. It's going to be a little crude here, I apologize, but it's pretty much when a dog is hooked to a vehicle like a sled. I'm sure you've seen where they hook them to sleds and the dog pulls the sled. And that's what pretty much a lot of the northern breeds like Huskies were bred to do. They want to pull and they want to run, and they have the capacity to do it. Now, because I'm not a professional musher, and I don't desire to be, but I do have the Husky breed. I've designed something like a sled on wheels, if you will, but my dogs run on the side, so therefore they don't have to pull. They use a special device that's real springy that gives them a lot of tolerance. They can pull, they can run, they can trot however they want, and I can manage them all together. So it's pretty interesting. I have mushed them in a different capacity on something called a Seiko cart, and I'll get into that in another show. But what the Seiko cart is, it's how they train lead sled dogs, because it's a bike on wheels, or a dog cart if you will, that has tow bars. Usually a sled dog team has a tow rope, so it's a rope all the dogs hook to. This is a tow bar which goes around the dog, and it puts them in a 4-point harness, so they learn to pull and to use their it teaches them to use their body weight, etc. So just a real quick explanation. Hey, Ann, thanks so much. Ann loves mushing. LBR, thank you so much. Just laying, yeah, they are chilling, and actually, they went out of camera's view. They're laying here still. Stay, guys. I want to give you a view because we're just taking our time. We're just having a good time and chilling around, and I wanted to make sure you get the view of them. And right now, you're looking at Princess and Jag. And Jag's getting up. Now he's gonna make a liar out of me. He's gonna get up and do something else. So what I hope to do is take you over to the other part of the farm we're on and give you a view. Yeah, they are not camera shy. You do know that. LBR said, I know they're not camera shy. Yeah, I take all kinds of pictures of them and videos. Part of the reason I do it, there's a couple different reasons. So, not because they're vain or I'm vain. I actually do it because, it's first of all, I want to remember these times always. I don't know, that I'll be able to do this forever, what I'm doing, and I'm just enjoying it so much, and it's so special. And I want to document it all to share with everybody, and to remember the times. And when we see those incredible sightings like the bear or the bobcat, whatever, I've got it all on tape. So just for me to peruse it somehow, then look at it later in life. Additionally, it's interesting when we're doing training, like I explained on my last broadcast, I'm training my 10-pound Chinese crested, she's still a puppy, to work with the dogs, not in a pulling capacity, but in a running capacity. It teaches her to be better on a leash, and it teaches her to work with the team for better socialization with the big dogs. It's called dog scootering. Again, it's a form of mushing. They're attached to a dog scooter. And this is with everything I do, it's a customized vehicle that we modified. So it's got electric on it, and it's got dog attachments, and it eliminates, will they move? They won't move. They're stuck here. Alejandro, I hope I said your name right. I apologize. They don't move. They're stuck. They're stuck. They're just chilling. We've got in, by the way, about almost 3 miles now. So we're just chilling, and it's giving me time to explain everything. And you can see how content they are just laying here. All 4 of them are laying now, and they're content to do that because they got a lot of throughout their life. I've let them, as long as I've had them, sow their wild oats. In any case, I'm teaching Gigi to do this mushing, and through the videography, through me videoing it, I love technology, and I love the idea that you can set cameras up so many different ways and view the dog from so many different angles when we're done. So I can take the video in and look at it, see how she's running. When there's an obstacle in the road, like on our trail lane, we're just in the neighborhood roads right now where I'm teaching her. If an obstacle shows up, how she handles it. Now, of course, if she stops, I'm with her and I can see her stop. But sometimes little things show up in our path, and she might jump them. So I know she's building her confidence. Or she might go around them and not shy towards the bike. They come to the bike because I'm on the bike or scooter, if you will, for safety. And that means that it's good because it means they're secure there, and the bike's never hurt them, and they haven't had a bad experience. But I can judge from the video footage, I can judge how she's progressing and how all the dogs are doing. And even on these free ranging stints, I've got a GPS controller, which I believe you may have seen in the past. Britt talked about it on her show. Now we got an angry. I don't know why somebody's angry, but we're just sitting here chilling. So sometimes, and I'm sorry, I'm just I'm an animal lover, and sometimes I'm a little sensitive, and sometimes people are, they get angry. If anybody's angry at anything I'm saying, please let me know. If it doesn't make sense, or if I'm not explaining it well, or if something just doesn't sound right, let me know. And we got a sad face too, so I don't know. But I will tell you that the dogs are enjoying themselves, and I'll get them moving shortly. All right, lots of happy faces now, hearts and likes. Thank you. Here comes an angry one. I truly don't understand the angry, but if you know it, share it with me, because I don't get it. In any case, no problem, Allie. You know, okay, didn't mean the sad face. You know, I do it too. Sometimes when I'm watching feeds, I'll hit the sad face or I'll hit the angry face. I'm like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. So I just want to make sure, because sometimes, you know, I'm talking a lot and I'm just here with the dogs. I might say something that doesn't make sense or out of hand. So by all means, please just let me know if I do. Okay, we're going to get up. I'm going to reposition the camera because it's getting a little late, folks. Not for me. I can stay out here all night. I mean, I've got a wonderful relationship with the farmer people here and the family, and they love me and I love them because they let me do this here. But because we have the other live shows going live in a little while, so I got to make room for them. But I'm going to show you us running to the pond, and I'm going to reposition the camera and show you how the dogs enjoy their run. Okay, let me make sure everything's tight. Okay, guys. Great. Looks like we got sound. We're ready. Okay, I'm going to call them to me. Ready? Free. Come on, guys. Good boys. So they were comfortable where they were at, but I tell them free. Come on, Chase. And they'll get up, rocking and rolling. So there's a lot of health aspects to this too that you wouldn't think, and I talked about it. I'm not trying to be crude here, but this promotes them. Come on, princess. Go into the bathroom a fair amount, actually. It works on them, which is really healthy. And of course, you know that, I'm sure, as well as princess, who's old, keeping her ability. So sometimes if we don't do this, well, I want to make sure I got you still live, folks. Sometimes if we don't do this, her ability suffer. No, come on, princess, good girl. And what happens is, she was just getting near Jack. I'm the pack daddy, the alpha, if you will, and I've got to manage them sometimes when we're out here in the wilderness. Like I said, their prey drive's very, very on alert. Back of the description, and they can become a little edgy toward each other and get territorial a bit and have different unwanted interactions sometimes. So I just manage that, let them know, hey, what behaviors are accepted and how to handle certain situations. And I'm referring to if we get close to a smell that they're all getting in on. At some point, might want to look over that smell. They might want to own it, whatever it is, whether it was a 10 or a scent that they're all on, and when they get there or as they're digging out, they find a bone in the ground, they might want to possess that. And the other dogs who don't want to yield to it will bicker. And if that bickering starts, that becomes a problem. So we have to manage that. And in the wild, they would fight. And that's how you get the hierarchy of a wolf pack. The winner is the alpha, and then the other dogs are beneath him. And as the alpha gets older, he will be challenged. So I prevent that because they know that I'm not going to accept behavior, but it will happen occasionally. So I will body language in the situation when it occurs, and head always with my voice. So just a quick explanation there. So we're heading right now to the pond, and Princess is on my right. You can't see her. You can see the other three. And Princess will run a lot in the grass. She likes picking up on the scent. You might notice that on the dog cart too. Sometimes she'll get bored with the mushing experience on a road type or this of a type surface. Grasses and vegetation hold a lot of animals, and that keeps them on the edge and excited because they might encounter something they want to get to. So therefore, it motivates them to run. But on hard surfaces that don't hold those scents, it's not as exciting to. So you might real strokes as we approach over here. Now it looks like we had some loose cows before, and it looks like they've rounded them up, which I knew they would, or they went back into the pasture, so there's no problem. And I just wanted to avoid, we can ride through the cow pasture at any time. In fact, if you've tuned into us in the Shenandoah, we do that. We interact with the cows. It's incredible. It's one of the coolest things we do. We could do that at any time, but the cows were out of the pasture and they weren't supposed to be. So, and sometimes when they're quarantined, they were quarantined off, sometimes because there's a mama there, she's pregnant, or she just had her calves. So she's going to be very protective. And if we scare the cows, she could get defensive. Come on, Jag! As well as the calves could run, and the cows, the adults too, right into the fence that's near them and injure themselves. Come on, Jag! And so we want to prevent that. So when there's an open field and the cows are there, we go right through them, because if they're scared of us, they have plenty of room to run off without running into a fence and hurting themselves. These are all things you learn being on the farm and running the dogs in the capacity I do. Now we're approaching, I'm sorry it's a little shaky, folks. We're approaching a really beautiful pond here. And they sometimes will color it. It's food coloring, no worries, not toxic at all. They've been doing it for years. They do that so the algae doesn't penetrate at the sunlight. And they do it, sometimes they rent this area for weddings and corporate parties and other family events. So now I've got, excuse me, Princess in front of me. Easy, guys. Just making loud noises because, no, Princess. Good girl. Come on, Chase. You might have heard that's my audio pager to tell them. They probably picked up on an animal in this, I think it's wheat to my right. Come on. And that wheat looks like it's going to be harvested. They wait till the wheat, I believe, is at a certain moisture level, till it's pretty dry, and then they harvest it. They have vats here where they also dry it, and sometimes they'll sit on the crops to get the most money for them when the market, depending on what it is, it's a commodity. So, okay, the dogs are going to get in here, I promise. They slowed down because they wanted to smell what was back there. Okay, kitty cat signed off. Come on, Jag! Come on, good boy. So right now, folks, let me see where we're at. Wolfpack's not even hot. It's not getting in the pond. Sometimes we'll see Chase. He'll do a swim. Thanks so much, Linda. I really appreciate it. Jag! So they're over by the picnic table. There's a little picnic table and pavilion here. Oh, folks, I got to give you the view of the cows. Let's see. You know what? We'll go, since they're not going in the pond. Chase will usually do a swim for us. We're going to go near the cows so I can show you this view, because I want to give you this view. Stay. See, they're following me, so sometimes I'll back up and they're coming at me. Come on. The trials and tribulations of a wolf driver, folks. Oh, Chase is actually in the pond, so he might do some swimming. I might have pulled the camera too quick. So this is their little picnic area. Come on, guys. Sometimes there's little food scraps, so Jag's looking for that. He's on the hunt. So right near the pavilion, and I'm going to give you a view of these cows, folks. This is awesome. They got firewood in the fire pit, which is not a hazard to us. It's not lit. Come on, guys. So you're getting a view of the cows that are on the other side. There's a whole slew of them, folks. Here. Come on. Good boys. It's a whole slew of them. And Wolfpack, actually, it looks like it's going to storm here. But we've still got about a good 10 minutes or so. And thanks so much, Donna. Yeah, these cows are great. And there's little calves in there. And there's a little stream beyond that. Oh, okay, Jag's in the pond behind me. Sorry I didn't stay on there, but I really wanted you to see these cows. So they've got a ton of cows here. This is not a dairy farm. This is, and it's really just for grazing. Thank God they're not using these cows for anything else. Been here for many years. They'll graze on the lands and help manage it in that way. Come on, guys. Okay, they're not too interested, so I'm going to, come on. They want to run. We've been sitting for a while. So we're going to go on a quick journey, folks. I'm going to have to end the feed in a bit because, as I said, Barbara with Animal Secrets, her show will be debuting tonight. And that'll be very, very interesting. So if you can see this, it's so cool. The dogs are running next to the pond. Now, it doesn't have that blue color. I don't know if they're going to re-blue eyes it soon. There is a little bit of a tree farm here because the EPA has, I've talked to them, they want them to grow trees for the runoff. Come on, here. Good boys. Okay, you got to see this, folks. Come on, let's go. Come on. Okay, this field is, it's hard to tell if this one's planted or, I think it is planted the way it's in rows. So I stick to the left. Sometimes, folks, I will, come on guys. I'm going to try to give you a view. Let me turn the camera out and just give you a little bit of a view. Okay, come on. They're like, well, what are we doing, Dad? Okay. Come on, guys. Jackie. A little shaky, folks. I do apologize once again. Okay. Princess moved over. Yeah, sometimes they'll plant the crops right to the edge of the woods or the field or whatever, and they do that because the other farms around here, sometimes a lot of horse farms, they'll ride the horses, and this farmer doesn't want them riding the horses here because he doesn't want the liability. And also, I come here, and he reserves it all for me. So I have run into a horseback rider that wasn't supposed to be on the lands, and, you know, it's not really my concern. I don't own the farm, certainly, but talk to the farmer, and you know, that's another thing they want me to be on the lookout for. So hunters, they don't want hunters here unless it has to do with the farm, of course, and sometimes I can run into them. Now, I don't like to with the dogs, of course, but we have, you know, appropriate measures in place to let them know that, hey, they're not supposed to be here. So just letting you know. Yeah, it is just gorgeous here. I mean, this is beyond incredible. It really is. And this, folks, a real quick, I don't know if you're a part of WooFDriver Unleashed. That's my group that I'm working on. Right now, it doesn't have any real focus yet. We're trying to work on that. I've got so much going on with the live shows. I haven't been able to give it much attention. But WooFDriver Unleashed is going to be a great forum for everybody to communicate with me. But today I posted a picture, just a quick picture of some guys rescuing a wolf. And it was heroic and so awesome. And by this area, I wanted to share that right where I'm at now, there used to be a fence before they planted all these trees. And there was a deer the wolf pack alerted me to was live in, was still in, threaded through this square fence, through this mesh-like fence, but they were big squares. And I saw it, and I went right into action and saved its life. And I was so happy, you can't believe it. I was so concerned because I got it out of the situation. I mean, it took me a while. It was really caught in there. And I got it out of the situation, but it jumped over the fence after I got it through, after I got it undone, and then it went and laid down. And I figured it was just in shock. And I went back to check on it about a half hour later, and he was gone, so he was in good shape. And the wolf pack alerted me to it, and they were just so wonderful and instrumental in saving of them, and they were great. That was awesome. Come on, guys. So, as you can see, they are a little tired, which is good. That's why we're here. They're not too tired, but they're a little tired. That's why, you know, you might see us taking a 20-minute break, a half-hour break. That's what we do. That's what it's all about. Now, if you see me come out here this summer, folks, I'll do this about 35, maybe an hour. But day like today, the 5 miles will take me a few hours to get in because that's how we're moving at their pace. And I'm sorry, I'm just adjusting my camera. It's not cooperating now. Come on, guys. Oh, let me switch this camera so you have a straight-on view of it. I'm sorry. Okay, you got a straight-on view. Come on, guys. Any questions you may have or comments, please, by all means, go ahead and say them and let me know. And I'll do my best. And as I was saying, it's so interesting. You'll learn stuff from me as I'm going along. I'm trying to give any training tips or pointers of how I do things. And then you get to tune into Dean, and Dean's got his own way. So, of course, all dogs are different. What doesn't work for one dog might work for another, and all of us people are different. You know, we can, some training methods work for some people and some don't for others. It's really about training the person, the human companion of the dog, how how to handle them appropriately. That's what really training is about. Because once we understand, I got to be on alert here because this is a deer populated area. And you saw us run into the deer earlier. Easy, guys. We've also run into, which is problematic. Come on, guys. A loose dog. Not a wild dog, but a loose dog. But it was by one of the farms, and he was easily controlled. But come on, guys. So I'm going to end. Come on, Princess. I'm going to end this in about 10 minutes, folks. It'll give you 15 minutes of recovery time. How old are these 4 babies? Thank you so much for asking. Come on, Princess. They are 6 years old. 3 males are 6 years old. And no, Jag. Zero. And the female is 12 years old, Princess. Come on. Come on, let's go. Come on, guys. So it got a little cooler out, folks. The storm's moving in. Come on. And they're getting a little energetic. So that's good, because you're going to see a quick run here. Come on, let's go, go, go. And, ooh, nice tree down. I go through this area sometimes in the winter when we need extra mileage. And looks like my route is cut off. So I'd have to get that cleared out before I go through there. Again, some of these routes are, I'm the only one that rides them. Actually, this is my route. I'm sorry, it was overgrown. It's available. Okay, so we got a bathroom break in front of us, and I can't go around him. I normally will stop for him, but, you know, just trying to not give you too much of a view of that, but it's all good. Good boy, Chase, because I'm just riding the perimeter. This field is planted, and I don't want to get caught up in this stuff. So this is really cool how we run. Come on, guys. Come on, Zero. And we're just mileage-wise, so you know. Come on, here, no. Jag. Chase, no. Good boy. Chase. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Zoro. Okay, see? They'll take their time. But that's excellent. Thank you so much, LBR. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is, I'm fortunate, but this is my livelihood, taking care of them. This is my life. Come on, Chase. And I know they do sometimes. The farmer's family runs horses here, usually on the weekends. So they have a couple courses back there, and we just stay as clear as we can out of them. I wanted to tell you the mileage. So we're at about 4 miles now. Good boy, Z. Now we're going to get to an area where they're going to run a run. And I know this is a little weak on signal, so if I lose you, I apologize. So, good boys, and you can see they're just waiting for me. That's exactly how they're supposed to be. But I'm letting them know through audio tones that I'm right here, and don't get carried away. And Princess is taking her time. That's just because she's tired. When we get around this corner, I'll be able to cut through. Good boy, Chasey. And usually there's some beautiful horses here, folks, but they're not out today. Actually, the storm looks like it blew over us. Okay, here we go. Come on, guys. So I can go to my right. Usually this field is loaded with horses. This is another person's farm to the left of us that we don't ride on there, but this is where I ran into a horse once. Yeah, hi Kathleen, good to see you. Yeah, she's tired, but she's managing her energy, and she'll be ready to roll just a little while. So now you can see her picking up a pace. But again, we move at the dog's pace. Yeah, it is beautiful. And I don't live out here. This is just beautiful country. But I'm about 45 minutes from here where we live. But I'm so fortunate. I mean, I get the best of all worlds because I don't have to take care of this beautiful place, but I get access to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around Princess and Jag just because, and there goes Princess. Now she's flying. So I told you she goes that way. Now, I just want to get up here because we're coming onto some private houses, which are not part of this farm, which used to be in this part of this farm, but the farmer's family sold it from what I understand, and there's some hard feelings in there, but there's some private houses which he didn't like, but which are here, so we have to maintain on his farmland, of course. Come on, guys. Here. Good boy. Now Princess is perked up. Okay, come on, Jag. Good boy. Okay, I'm going to try to re-aim this camera, folks. Sorry, one more time. Okay. Oh, I got all caught up. Got wires coming from you. You can get caught up here. I'm going to tilt this up a little bit just to give you a little bit wider of a view. There you go. And again, we're probably going to be on, when I get back to the pond, put you on a 5-minute alert. Come on, guys. Let's go. Here. Come on. Okay, so I'm going to ride. This is a planted field. And again, I can ride on part of the plant, especially they're just coming out, so I probably wouldn't damage them too much. But they're planted to the edge in anticipation of keeping other people off of them, not me. And the farmer doesn't mind if we make a trail lane with 1 or 2 rows, but I still want to avoid running over anything I can because, again, I'm fortunate to be here, and I'm grateful. Come on. No. Zorro. Here. Zorro. Good boy. Come on. Zorro. Good boy. Come on. Give him some audio sounds. Come on. Good boy. Come on. Good boy. Chase. Let's go. Good boys. So when they listen to you, you always commend them on what a great job. Thank you so much, Eva. I really appreciate it. From Sweden. All right. Sweden's in the house. And Rosebud, thank you. Yeah, let me tell you, I'd love to live here too. It is beautiful, and I'm fortunate enough I can come here anytime. But and we do come here in the winter, and it's so incredible to see the transformation, see this place covered with snow. And I take with me, I have a specialized snowmobile. It's called a snow runner that I free range the dogs with, just like this. And we've been here in Arctic conditions. That's when the dogs are in their elements, and that is like nothing you've ever seen. You feel like you're in the North Pole, especially because there's not a lot of trees around here, so the snow gets whipped up, and it's you can't hear it. I'm on audio communication with the dogs, on tone communication, and it's awesome. Videos on the YouTube channel. Wow, lots of moths, butterflies, insects. Again, I'm trying to avoid. Come on, guys. The fields here. So, come on. Oh yeah, this is awesome. Come on, Zorro. Good boy. Pretty princess is right here. Come on, good boys. Yeah, there you go. So when we're done, we'll have about 5 miles. Come on, good girl. She's smelling a old groundhog hole. But that's been there for a lot of years. And the farmers don't like the groundhogs. I'm sorry if it's a little cut of a view, folks. But I'm trying to ride in between all these vegetation. All the crops here. And this is truly incredible. Hello from Pasadena, Maryland. All right. Paulette's in the house. Yeah, I'm not far from Pasadena, Paul. I'm in near Frederick. And we travel all over, mostly I'm out of Maryland, mostly in the Maryland area. But when we do our mushing tours, we go all over the East Coast. We've gone to the Cape Cod Rail Trail. We've gone to the Erie Canal, pretty far down in West Virginia we've traveled. So I love hearing from everybody all over the world, and that's the cool thing about Facebook. You can go anywhere and interact with everybody and all the dog lovers around. So I wish you could see this, folks. I can't turn the camera because it's on the other side. Come on, come on, come on, good girl, come on. But they're everybody's in their element. Princess got to mark that. Come on, good girl, good girl. And Princess is so good. She's just staying with me. The other dogs are going by the pond now. And good boys. Everybody's doing great. Chase, good boy. You hear me talking a lot to the dogs, and that's what it's about. It's funny, I've done professional mushing as well, and we were in Banff, Canada, running a sled dog team, and I was learning from a musher up there, and he said to me, I heard him keep talking to the dogs, and I'm like, why are you whistling? I'm not talking. He was whistling, and he's like, just want to let the dogs know I'm in the house all the time, so they don't get any ideas. Even though they were tethered to us, we didn't want them getting any ideas. Good boy, Z-Man. Okay, we got Chase swimming now, folks. You got to see this. This is awesome. Chase is swimming. And Zorro just got in the pond. There goes the princess into the pond, and Jag's been in it. So, and this is how we cool down, folks. This is a pond. Chase won't swim across it, but he'll swim the length of it, not the width of it. Oh, Jag's coming into view for you. So pretty soon I'm going to conclude my live broadcast here. But I wanted everyone to know, stay on the channel, because in 15 more minutes, Barbara's going on of Animal Secrets. There's Chase. He's shaking off. And there's Princess shaking off in the pond. You're still wet, pretty. Why are you doing that? Hey, Chase. Good boy. Stay around here. So Barbara's going on with her live show, which should be really interesting and awesome. It's Animal Secrets. She'll be on at 6 o'clock, and this is all Eastern Standard Time, so it's in about 15 minutes. And at 7 o'clock, Carol Grace Anderson goes on with her show, Paul Prince of Wisdom. And Taylor, your dog loves water. Yeah, one of my dogs, Chase, he'll actually swim in it, as you saw. Princess will fake swim in it. She'll go up to, like, chest level. She's rolling around now. And Zorro and Jag will go up to what would be our knee, halfway up their paw level. So pretty cool. Yeah, yep. We all take time to cool off, Kathleen. That's they've got to. Of course, you know that, and I know you're always saying, make sure they get enough water. You care so much about that, and I'm so appreciative of it. They always, if the deeper they get in, because their internal organs, hey guys, here, Chase, good boys. They're ready to go already. Their internal organs lie in their belly region, underneath their underside, I should say. And when you can cool that off, that's the most effective way to cool a dog. So also I said getting their pads wet of their feet, because they quote unquote sweat. They'll emit heat from there, and that is another efficient way of letting them cool off. They actually make a product. I don't know if they still make it. I have it. When sometimes I would take my dogs in warmer temperatures, if we weren't near water, you actually put their paw in it. It's like a mug, and it's really cool. Princess, they're all bouncing around. they're amped up again. I thought I wore them out. You dip their paw in it. It actually cleans it as it goes in, but it's made to cool it, so it's really effective. And I'll show that one day on here. But once again, I am the WooFDriver. I'm your host, and I love doing these shows and sharing all the adventures we do. It's just really special and fun. And I'll pull the camera out one time, folks, just to really give you a view before I sign off. Disconnecting my mic. And I'm going to give you a view of everything here. So that's Princess and Chase, and they're preening themselves because they did get the deepest in the water. Zorro, he just decided to sit down right there. And Jag, what did I tell you? He's the prankster up to his old annex. He's in this little gazebo-like structure. I told you they rent this area out for weddings, corporate affairs, and family events. So that's why that's there. And truly awesome. So everybody's happy. This is the electric ATV I drive. And you see the GPS controller on there. You might have heard me giving the audible sounds to the dogs as we were training and running. And everybody's good right now. We're resting. We've got in, I'll give you an official reading on Miles to see if we're going to wrap it up for the day or not. Zorro's got in 4.5 miles. And just let you know, can you see that? That's how I read them. I don't know if you can see it with the sunlight. But his speed, he averaged 5.28 miles per hour. Chase is 4.41 miles he's done. So he's done 0.9 of a mile. Oh, sorry. Almost 0.15 less than Zorro, and he's at 5.1001 speed, so he's a little faster than Zorro, I believe. No, sorry, Zorro was 5.28. Then we got the Jagster. I love checking these stats. He's at 4.45, so he's actually 0.1 of a mile less than Zorro, and he's at 5.01, exact speed of Chase's brother. And Princess has done 4.52. She's done the furthest. And how that happens is, folks, you can imagine they're not all running the exact same course as each other, even though we're all together. One migrates to the left or right. It makes a difference. And this GPS technology detects it all. And she's at 4.76. So she's by far the slowest. She's about 1/4 of a mile slower, miles per hour. She's going the furthest. But and that, again, part of that is her age. But sometimes, and part of that's the weather. Sometimes she can be the fastest, even though. So it's interesting. It's interesting how everything affects them. And you can see they're still. Now that's the Jagster. Now I told you he moves to the beat of his own drum. He's in the water chilling. So there's the cows. I don't know if I can show that to you. Pretty cool. And that's where we're at right now, folks. I'll see if there's any questions. And thanks so much, Paulette. I really appreciate it. Thanks for joining us. And LBR, thank you. Thank you so much. So, folks, I'm going to turn the camera to me. I am your fearless leader, the WooFDriver. Please stay tuned. Subscribe to our live feed. Also, subscribe to our events, because I'll be updating that regularly. And please like the WooFDriver page. Check back here often. In about, I'm going to say in about 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Barbara is going on with Animal Secrets. I am the WooFDriver. I hope to see you on a live show very shortly. I'll be back out Friday night. We're going ghost hunting. You got to check that out with the Wolf Pack. Have a great day, everybody. Stay tuned for Barbara. This is the WooFDriver signing off.